Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. So, TGIF, well, I don't know if people still say that anymore because these days the week seems to be 7 days long, regardless of what the weekends look like. And some people just work straight through and it just never seems to stop. And I think that modern parenting also sort of doesn't give us a break. That even when our employer it doesn't have control over our hours, we find that all our other demands really keep us under pressure. So, yeah, TGIF. Yeah, sure. And just make sure that we do keep our Sundays for the Lord. That's important. Today we've got the feast of Saint Ignatius of Antioch. Now, he was the third bishop of Antioch. Saint Peter was the first. So that gives you a little bit of context in terms of the history of Saint Ignatius. He was doing his work, minding his own business, getting on what he had to do in and around Antioch. And someone who obviously didn't enjoy what he was doing took him to the authorities. The authorities, without too much ceremony, condemned him to death. How about that? Just arrest him, condemn him to death. And not just any kind of death. He was condemned to death by being thrown to the lions in Rome. So he had to go from Antioch all the way to Rome. Now that journey must have taken some time, but on the route, he was able to write 7 letters to different groups of the early Christians, giving them instruction relating to where they were, what they should be doing, and so forth. So you here have a man who's going to his certain death, and a most horrible death, and yet his concern is for other people. And I said, well, that's just truly amazing, that he embraced his martyrdom to the extent that he was prepared to see it as a new beginning for others. It really does tie in quite nicely with the gospel of today. It's a gospel which is sometimes used at funerals. I have used it, and it's John's Gospel, chapter 12. And essentially what it says, unless a grain of wheat should fall to the ground and die, it cannot bring new life. And I'm sure that some of you can relate to it. You take a tiny little seed, and it's this little dry thing. Nothing can come from this until you put it in the ground, add a bit of water, or put in some cotton wool for the kids to take their little bean seeds to school. And next minute, there's a little shoot coming out. And so where did that come from? Well, because from the seed brings life. And therein, I think, is our challenge brought to us by St. Ignatius, that from our lives, something needs to grow. From what we do in this life, it's not just all about us. It's about making sure that our example and our efforts remain behind and grow from others, so that from us, from our little one insignificant seed, grows something great, which has also got seeds which other people can benefit from. You have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.